Welcome. We are back with another fantastic video with Chef Henry.
And today we are making ackee and saltfish and fried dumpling. And this ackee and saltfish recipe is Jamaican national dish. And this recipe, guys, of ackee and saltfish, I'm going to show you all the steps that you need to know and how to make ackee and saltfish with fried dumpling. Over here I have 2 cups of flour. And for this video, I'm using the canned ackee, the Grace brand. And I have my saltfish right here. Then I have my vegetable. I wash my hand, and you always want to wash your hands and your vegetable at all times. So first, let's start prepping our vegetable. So I'm going to start by cutting up the onion. So you just want to cut the onion in half, and you're going to start by slicing up into thin slices. Now we are cutting up the sweet pepper. I just want to make one big cut, and then you want to chop it up into some small pieces, just like what I'm showing you guys right now. And what the sweet pepper gonna do, it's gonna add more color to our ackee and flavor as well. And if you notice, I'm using a color combination of sweet pepper, just to make it have a regular looking color. You know that it have to be nice and colorful. Then I'm gonna cut up my tomato, and you just wanna slice up the tomato in some nice thin slice. And you can see the color combination coming. Then I'm gonna cut up my green onion, and you just cut up the green onion just into some smaller pieces, and just to make it blend out, because this is a part of spice I'm adding to the ackee and saltfish. Give it that nice green seasoning. Now that we get all of our vegetable prep, we're just gonna set it out of the way. Now we are working on the flour. And over here I have a tablespoon of baking powder, and we have half a teaspoon of salt. So now we're gonna combine the baking powder into the flour. And followed by the salt. In this container right here, I have water. So with the concept of making dumpling, you want to add water as you go to form that dough. Now we are adding water, and this is the concept of making dumpling. So you're going to squish it around and move your hands around to just even out the water. And then right here, I'm going to show you to check if it's enough baking powder into the flour. And I'm showing you, I'm doing the job test. You just want to do it like that. You know the right amount of baking powder inside the flour. Then we're going to add water, and then we're just going to use a little more elbow grease. You can see that the dough is coming into a form. Then add more water and just repeat the same process. Now that our dough is coming along, and it's just all about that good elbow grease, and you add water. And you don't want to add a lot of water, you just want to work yourself with a small amount of water. And then you just keep compacting the flour. Now that the dough is start taking shape, you just want to go around and just keep kneading it to press out the ear pockets. Then you're going to turn it inside out. And then you're going to continue kneading. Now our dough is complete. So now we're just going to sit it out of the way. Now we are working on the saltfish. We're going to get the saltfish desalt. So we're going to rinse off the saltfish under the tap water. Then you're going to add some water into the pot that we're going to use to boil off the salt from the saltfish. And now we're going to place the saltfish on the stove to boil. Now we're going to work on frying the dumpling. I have my Dutch pot onto the stove. And you can also use any frying pan. Now I'm going to add some oil. And I'm using vegetable oil. Just enough vegetable oil to fry up our dumpling. So you just want to get enough oil into the pot. I'm going to leave my stove on high to make the oil hot. And you always want to turn your pot angles in so you don't create an accident. Now our oil is hot, we're going to add our dumpling. Now we are working on making the dumpling and adding them to the pot. We're going to start by pinching a piece of the dough, and you just want to roll it into a circular motion, and then we're going to add the first dumpling into the pot. We're going to repeat the same process by just pinching and rolling the dough, and then form it, and then just add it straight in the pot, just like what I'm showing you right now. Fried dumpling, it's always go good with ackee and saltfish, and you can find ackee and saltfish with fried dumpling in any restaurant in Jamaica, and you can also find it at home as well, because I used to have ackee and saltfish with fried dumpling for breakfast, lunch and dinner as well. I'm gonna continue making the dumpling and adding them into the pot. And if you make it this far of the video, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, please subscribe if you're enjoying the video. And now my saltfish is coming to a boil. Now I'm finished adding the dumpling into the pot, and they are frying nice. It's time to flip them over. Using a fork, and check it out, my fried dumpling is taking nice golden color, and the fried dumpling, they look so good. And this is the best part of cooking. You just want to know that your fried dumpling is absorbing the oil and it's frying all the way through. Now that we are finished frying the first batch of fried dumpling, now we're gonna take them out of the pot, and you just want to get some paper towel on a plate, and then you're gonna start taking out the fried dumpling. And what the paper towel is used for is to absorb all the oil from the fried dumpling. And now we are adding the next batch of fried dumpling, And basically we're going to repeat the same step by pinch and rolling, and then we're going to add the dough into the pot. And this is the rest of dough that we never get to fry, so I'm just frying them up right now. And just check out my fried dumpling. I'm just gonna get the rest of dough into the pot. Now that the saltfish is finished boiling on the stove, I shut my stove off. It's now time to cool down the saltfish. So we're gonna move it over to the sink, where I'm gonna add some tap water to the saltfish to cool it down. And drain the water. Then I'm just gonna add it to a plate, and then I'm gonna bring it back to the table. Now I'm gonna break the saltfish into small pieces, and I'm using boneless saltfish for this ackee and saltfish recipe. And you just wanna break your saltfish just like what I'm doing right here. And remember, we're making ackee and saltfish with fried dumpling, Jamaican national dish, and it's also used on the streets, restaurants, and everywhere in Jamaica. You can find ackee and saltfish for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the reason why we separate the saltfish just like that is just to make the volume of the saltfish and make saltfish go everywhere when it's frying up with the ackee. Now I'm gonna fry up the vegetable, and I have my pot onto the stove, and I'm using the wok, and I have 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil into the pot. I'm gonna start out by adding my onion, my sweet pepper, and my tomatoes, and my green onion. And then I'm gonna just stir it around and let them fry up a bit. And you can smell the nice aroma coming from the onion with the green onion and the rest of vegetable. Then I'm gonna start adding my seasoning. But first, I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of thyme leaf, followed up by half a teaspoon of seasoned salt. Then half a teaspoon of fish seasoning, followed up by half a teaspoon of Maggi all-purpose seasoning. Then I'm gonna add some black pepper. And you cannot make ackee and saltfish without black pepper. Then I'm gonna just stir in my seasoning with the rest of vegetable to get it all coated in seasoning. And then I'm gonna add my saltfish. I'm just gonna make my saltfish fry up a bit, just to absorb some of that seasoning goodness. And we're just gonna keep on stirring around, and I'm telling you guys, everything is looking good, as you can see, and the colors, just check out the colors. Then I'm gonna add my ackee, and I'm using Grace canned ackee for this recipe of ackee and saltfish. And you don't want to mash out the ackee, you just want to just stir it over and make it blend in nice. I'm going to let the ackee and saltfish cook down for 15 minutes. And now that our ackee and saltfish is finished cooking, so now we're going to shut the stove off, And then I'm gonna make a plate and I'm gonna show you guys what the finished ackee and saltfish and fried dumpling look like. And now I have the ackee on a plate and I serve it with fried dumplings, and I show you guys how to make fried dumpling, and I show you guys step by step all the secret you need to know to make Jamaica national dish, which is ackee and saltfish recipe. And guys, check it out. Everything is nice. The dumplings are nice and soft, and that's all you need to dip into this lovely recipe. Everything is looking good and my mouth is even running water, so I'm gonna enjoy this ackee and saltfish recipe with the rest of my family. And guys, don't forget to hit me up in the comment section, and remember, we are back with Chef Henry Kitchen and everything is looking good, and we're gonna get some new equipment and we're gonna keep on serving you guys up with new videos every week. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell, and thanks for watching.